Though this channel is primarily oriented towards providing information for women, every so often I do take the time to make a video for men. And the guys who come here and pay attention to what I have to say will they'll really develop into better men. Now, the thing that really is interesting is that what I'm telling them are the things that I heard my dad tell my brothers. Unfortunately, in the environment that we're in now, we're talking, 30, 40 years later, these young men don't have the advantages of having a father tell them these things about how to deal with women that they love. They're missing this information. They're missing these lessons. No one is teaching them these things. This is the kind of stuff that has to be taught to the little boys and young men, teenagers, whatever, by a male who loves a woman. Unfortunately, what we have in our black community today is a lot of men who hate women. So the messages that they're giving young men are of how to victimize women, how to use and abuse women, how to take advantage of women and hurt them and game on them and come out on top from hurting them. That's not what old school dudes did. So the guys who hear the messages that I'm delivering about how to talk to and treat women, these are messages that are from a guy who married a woman and had a family and did the happily ever after thing, and that was my dad. So if you didn't have a daddy and he didn't teach you these things, you can learn from me. I'm not trying to jam it down your throat. I mean, the information's here for you if you want to hear it, if you want to listen to it and then discard it. That's your business. I don't really care about that. I'm just sharing information that I heard. And my dad was a solid dude. I mean, he took care of our family. We had a very nice house in San Francisco. We didn't really want for anything. Even though he only had an 8th grade education, my dad was extremely intelligent. He dropped out to start working, to help support his younger siblings and my grandparents. And so he never really finished school. But I've never to this day met a man who's more intelligent and who had a better understanding of human nature than my father. So the information that I share with you, a lot of the insights that I have are from him. It's like I'm speaking through him, the stuff that he told me. So what I wanted to do today is talk about something that's been in the back of my mind for a while. Even though this channel discusses singles, at some point, most singles, they want to be coupled up. They want to be married. They want to do whatever. Something permanent. So we need to kind of address how you get there. I mean, you don't stay single forever, most people. I mean, you get coupled up at some point. So I think it's good to talk about that particular aspect of the, metamorphosis of a relationship. And what I'm about to tell you comes from a movie. I like to watch Korean dramas. I have to, of course, have the subtitles on because I do not speak Korean. But I find their stories extremely interesting. There's a lot of exploration of emotions and the personality of people and how they interact. I mean, it's very interesting how they do. Their movies are so different from American movies. So I remember seeing this one, and don't ask me which movie I saw it in because it was 100 movies ago, where one of the characters told another character, a man's wife is his masterpiece. That stuck with me because I thought, that is so true. What a man does and how he treats his wife and how she shines in the world is all his doing. So let's talk about that. One of the young men who visits my channel was saying how he's only 26, and he was saying how he's learned so much about how to treat women and what women want, and that a woman wants a man that she can be proud of, that she can brag about. And he's right. That is what I say. What women want is a man that they can talk about with pride, that they can be vulnerable to, that they can trust implicitly, that they know is going to have their back, that they know is going to take care of business. They don't have to stress and worry about it. If you have a man like that and you see his woman, she looks, I mean, even if she's like 80, she has no lines on her face, no wrinkles, no signs of stress. She's happy. She's joyful. That is that man's masterpiece. He may have spent his entire life creating that image in that woman, but that is his masterpiece. He has created a woman who is not stressed, who trusts him, who is happy, who is loving, joyful, giving, excited about life, excited about him, still has her passion, who's not tired. All of those kind of things that women have to deal with, she doesn't have to deal with it because her man took care of that shit. He handled it. He made sure that his woman was not exposed to anything that would ruin her having that joy at the end of her life. That's what we are looking for. And so many guys don't get that. So many women don't. The women don't get it. Y'all think you need to be going through all these changes with these men and going through, all this hell and being stressed and having all this drama and dealing with him cheating and him lying to you and his gaming on you and forgiving him and letting him come back and do all this stuff. That's not the kind of relationship that you want. You should get rid of that man. That man does not have your best interest at heart. That man has nothing about you in his heart. He's all about himself and just like creating stress and strife. That's not what you want. If you're going to be a man's masterpiece, you have to have a man in your life who sees you as something that he wants to protect, something that he wants to develop, something that he wants to make better, something that he wants to, I don't know, I can't even think of all the words, but he has to have you as at the forefront of his mind, as something that he wants to. You're just gonna be extremely important to him. You're everything that you need, everything that you want, everything that you like. All of that is important to this man, and he's going to make sure he delivers. Now, I'm not saying that all of this has to do with money. So before you guys get all in your feelings and start talking, you women are gold diggers, you just want to... This is not about money. This is about you paying attention to what your woman needs and you delivering those needs. And 90% of them are emotional and it have more to do with like the time that you invest into her and your relationship versus money. It has to do with you investing emotionally. So I don't know, that phrase just really stuck with me. And that was probably about 2 years ago I saw whatever this movie is. I saw it because that's why I can't remember, it was so long ago. But when the character said that, a wife is a man's masterpiece, it clicked for me. I understood exactly what he meant. And you guys who don't understand that, your woman, when she looks at you, there's a whole bunch of stuff that she needs to feel and see. And if you don't deliver those things, you come up short, then she's going to be disappointed. And a disappointed woman is one who causes a bunch of stress and strife. So you talking about these women who are always going off and angry and talking shit and all stuff. Those are women who are disappointed in you. A woman who's not disappointed in you, who's proud of you, she's not going to have nothing to say. All she's going to be doing is grinning in your face. She's going to be petting on you, rubbing on you, wanting to have sex with you, holding your hand, wanting to like be snuggled with you and all up under you and calling you 55 times a day and all this kind of stuff. That's when a woman is really attracted to you and attached to you in a positive way. That's how she responds. If a woman is in any way embarrassed by you, feeling insecure about how you are, what you think, who you really are as a person, any of those kind of things, it's going to create a problem in your relationship. So, I don't know. The young man who wrote this, he said he's only 26, the same age as my daughter. Well, actually, he's a little older than her. And, which makes me think it's like, dang, I could be his mama. But it's, I appreciated the fact that he shared, how much he's learned from coming here, because that's my goal. I want people to better themselves from the information that I share here. My dad, we used to have a lot of, we had just tons of conversation about all kinds of different topics. At the time, I didn't know that everyone didn't experience that. So, I apologize for those who didn't have it. I don't mean to say this in a way that's, ha ha ha, I had this and you didn't. That's not what my goal is. What my goal is to say, okay, I know you didn't have it. You didn't have the benefit of this, but I'm going to share with you, like you're one of my siblings, a step sibling, whatever, this information that I had, so that you can get the benefit of my father's knowledge and what he taught to me. That's why I do what I do. So, these young men who don't have a man in their life who's going to mentor them and tell them how they should be, as a man, how important a woman is, that they love to them and stuff like that. I'll try to do my best to fill in that blank for you. Be careful of the men that you listen to, because a lot of them are toxic because of the men that they've been around, who have been feeding them negative messages. Those men aren't about love and commitment and family and growth and leaving a legacy. Those men are about pussy, which is the here and now. Those are the men that will leave you in an old folks home by yourself, dying alone. Don't listen to them. If you smart, you would just say yeah, and just walk, leave them behind. Don't pay any attention to them. What I'm trying to teach you guys, and young ladies as well, is how to connect to a woman emotionally, how to connect to a woman spiritually, how to develop something that will last you for the rest of your life. And so that when you take your last breath and close your eyes, you are pleased with what you've done during the years that you're here. That's the important thing that I think a lot of people don't think about. So anyway, I know this is a rambling video. I just wanted to talk about this, something that's been on my mind for a while. Understand that you guys create you create the relationship that you have. You create the woman that you have. You create either an environment of trust and love and openness, or you create an environment of distrust and fear and pain for your woman. So you have to figure out which way you want to go. And I'm telling you, the first way is the best way. Create some love in her heart, create some trust in her world, create her confidence in you, and you will have the happiest, most satisfying life that you could ever imagine. And when you do close your eyes at the end of the rend and run, you'll be okay. You'll feel all right. You'll feel like you've done what you're supposed to do. And I would like for every man to have that kind of feeling, and when you close your eyes at the end, to be surrounded by people that love and care about you. That's what you need to concentrate on. Don't think about gaming on people and hurting people. Think about what you're going to do at the end and what meaning you're going to have when you go. And that will kind of drive you to do things the way that you need to do them, the way that makes sense. This is Deb Cooper from survivingdating.com and askheartbeat.com. I'll be back soon with another video. Hey everybody, Deb Cooper here. I wanted to take a moment to thank you for listening to this video and to ask for your help in spreading the word about the great content that's available on this channel. Take a moment, pick a video that's your favorite, and share the link on your social media pages or by email to your friends and family. I really appreciate your help in getting the word out to help the channel grow. is there are a lot of women out there who really need this information, and I'm depending on you to help me get the word out to them so that they don't make the mistakes that we've all made in the past. Thank you for listening. I look forward to talking to you soon.